year we had Kong versus Godzilla. Remember, King Kong was holding his axe because that just represented Messiah overcoming the Antichrist, the beast. You know what I mean? It's all in our face. You know, there's no way around it. You remember at the end of the movie, Godzilla returned to the sea, the abyss, to go into his judgment of 1,000 years when the Messiah should rule the throne with the axe. Notice it's at NRG Park, you know what I'm saying? Which is on Kirby Drive. And that's serious because all Kirby means is a village with a church. Hence the church of God, the village, the kingdom. And then notice how it's on right by I-45 South. When you understand what 45 means, remember I've been breaking this down. I'm going to cover 1976 later on in the video. But when you understand 1976 to 2021, that's 45. Remember I've been breaking this down concerning the Messiah. So what I want to do is I'm going to cover that later on in the video, but just listen to what they're talking about.
Attendants here who were a part of all of this ordeal. We're here with Eric and Genesis.
Eric and Genesis. Hint Eric and Genesis, and they talking about people jumping the fences and the gates. Hint heaven's gates. And that's why all this had to go down, because it was trying to say that they preventing, you know, the saints from trying to enter the kingdom. And notice Genesis obviously mean the beginning of what? The beginning. And then Eric don't mean nothing but always the eternal ruler, forever ruler. So hint the beginning of the Messiah's rule. There's no way around this stuff, man. And then notice how Eric's shirt looked like it forms a door, if you pay attention to that.
Genesis, you were talking to us when this whole trampede kind of started, that you were just very fearful. Kind of describe what happened last night.
Yeah, oh, sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. So, like, the crowd just started pushing and pushing, so...
Come on, man, because as it's written in Matthew 13:41, the Son of Man should send forth his angels, and they should gather out of his kingdom all things that offend and that which do iniquity. And the whole theme of the Messiah coming into power, man, the saints entering the kingdom, people getting hurt. It's all in our face, and there's no way around none of this stuff, man. And notice that's why now you got the movie called The Eternals that's out. Hint the saints, you know, who are with the Messiah in the 1,000-year reign. And how what happens, remember, they rule in 1,000 years and they go against the deviants. And when you understand how deep that goes, because hint, the whole thing about just broke this down about how Satan go cast into the pit. And after 1,000 years, as it's written, that he'll be, you know, loosed out out of his prison to do another great deception and to wage war against the saints. You know what I mean? In the Messiah. So you see how all this stuff is connecting. That's why I'm connecting that with this whole space city and how serious this stuff is. Because remember back in 2013, you had the movie After Earth, the same thing. Remember how Will Smith was leading Jaden. You remember how he was leading Jaden and he was battling against you know, basically like the aliens after the 1,000 years was up. That's all that represented. It's all in our face and there's no way around it. And hint Will Smith, hint William. You know what I mean? Remember I said in Exodus 3:14, when you break down, you know, the Most High's name, hit the whole theme of the I am that I am, the William, the will of I am that I am. Remember I was just talking about this right here with the whole wheel, with the carnival, and then the number 8, you know, the will. Remember I was breaking this down. You know, the likeness. This stuff all comes together, y'all. Let's just keep this thing rolling. There's no way around it.